Welcome to Easel Art Studio's virtual classes. We know it's been a wild ride, so we hope that everybody is safe and healthy, and we hope you're ready to create with us. My name is Miss Carrie.
I'm Miss Jess.
And today we're going to be making the letter craft. So it should be number 1 in your kit. If you pull it out, you'll have a canvas, you'll have a cardboard cutout letter of your name, and some plaster. And so that's all you need right now to start. In your supply box, you can also get out your tempera colors. Some might come in these containers, and then others might be packaged in these longer, taller containers. They're both the same kind of paints. You can also get your oil pastels out. They look like that. And then brushes, watercolors if you want. The watercolors are the smaller of the containers. They're very saturated, so you can dilute these pretty easily using regular water also at your house. So the first thing we're gonna start with our letter E. Ours is E for easel. It might look backwards for you guys, but just find your letter. You're gonna take it off of the canvas, set it on a table to get started, and you wanna make sure that you're facing the letter the right way, right?
Mm-hmm. So think about it, my name starts with a J, so when I have it down in front of me, I wanna make sure it's going the right way because you are gonna be gluing it onto a canvas. So just make sure that your letter's going the right way before you start covering, because you're only gonna cover one side of your letter, okay?
If you make a mistake though, just
flip it over.
Or leave it like that. It could be super cute. So since we're doing E for easel, I'm gonna start plastering it. So my plaster looks like this. It's a dry material. And then you're gonna ask mom and dad to get you a cup of water. And you're gonna take your plaster and you're gonna dip it inside your water. You can squeeze a little bit of the water out. Don't worry too much if it's really wet. And then you're gonna take your plaster and you're gonna wrap it on your letter.
And when you guys are working too, mom and dad, you wanna make sure you put down something on the table. Everything that we use is washable and non-toxic, but plaster does get a little messy, which is a part of the fun. So just make sure your table is covered or you're not on a precious tabletop.
Yeah, don't work on your best coffee table. If you have a best coffee table. Do you have a best coffee table?
No. My coffee table has seen lots of artwork, so it's not scared of anything.
Yeah, my kids are always on my coffee table. Not on it, like working on it. But yeah, so I'm just wrapping the letter. See how the middle of my E, my piece is really long. Do you see that? I'm just gonna wrap it to the back.
Wrap it to the back.
Wrap it to the back and not the front. Do you wanna try?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I'll put on a piece.
Dip it in the water.
And you guys can use all of your plaster if you want to. You can cover it and then make some texture parts. If you use all your plaster and your letter's not completely covered and you still see some of the cardboard, that's not a big deal either. You guys are gonna be painting this, so again, if you run out of plaster and it's not all covered, don't worry. Also, if you don't get it all covered and you use all your plaster, you could also cut up some newspaper and put that on there too.
Oh, you could do a combo of newspaper and plaster.
Yeah, you guys can get creative at home.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see, too, and we have a little bit of extra.
You can also save that. We have a few of our other classes for you guys are using, I think there's 1 or 2 more classes that are using plaster, so you can save the extra plaster too. Oh, I like what you're doing.
If you get all covered and you want to add some texture pieces, I just took a piece and kind of bundled it up. You can stick these on. Give it a little texture.
Feels squishy.
Nice and squishy.
Mm-hmm.
Before you put it into the water, what does it feel like?
Feels dry.
It's a little dry, powdery. That
Dusty.
powder is really important. Yeah, that dust is really important. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and squish this on. The nice thing about plaster too is you can paint it while it's wet.
Mm-hmm. And it's really washable. If it gets on your clothes or anything, don't worry about it.
All right.
We know we've sent a few of you guys home with plaster-filled clothing.
I'm going to give that to Miss Carrie.
See? So it's all covered. There's a little spot here that's missing some, but we're not even going to worry about that.
No big deal. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with painting. Miss Carrie's gonna paint the E. I'm gonna work on the background, but we're gonna go ahead and pull out our paints.
So your paints, again, they look like this. You're gonna find in your kits, we gave you these little popsicle sticks. So you're gonna find your popsicle sticks. You can put the paint directly on your project, like that, if you don't wanna clean too many cups. You were suggesting maybe putting it on a plate. You can put it on a plate. You can put it in another little mixing cup.
Whatever is easiest for you guys.
Whatever is easy for you. But remember, be responsible for your art supplies because you're gonna be using these for all of our crafts, right? So if I was to take the red and then let's say I wanted to make purple. If I took the red, but I took my red popsicle stick and I dipped that inside my blue, would my blue stay blue?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It would probably tint it red a little bit. So reach for another popsicle stick. We put 4, I believe, in there. And then you could use your blue and get your blue out with your blue popsicle stick. But I'm just gonna do red for right now. That reminds me though, what if they did wanna mix up different colors? I'm gonna get the color wheel for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you guys wanna mix up different colors, of course, go wild. There's so many different, I know in class we've talked about mixing colors in a color wheel, but there's lots of different things that you guys can mix. We have your primary color, so we have red and blue and yellow.
If you guys,
if you guys want to mix up your red and blue, that would make purple. If you wanted to mix up blue and yellow, that would make green. And then if you mixed up your 2 hot colors, yellow and red, make orange. And there's another color too I know a lot of friends like that's not on there, but you could mix up, is pink.
I love pink.
I love pink too. You guys could use some red and some white.
That's why we gave you the popsicle sticks to get to scoop your paints out because you want to save these paints.
Yeah, just
there's a lot of paint.
And take your time with your paints, okay? Yeah. There's no rush through all of this. You guys are doing this at home. Relax, take your time. Even if you wanted to let things dry between when you're painting them, go for it, no worries.
In your kit, you'll also have a big brush and a little brush. Pick whatever brush you want to work with. I'm gonna work with the big brush to cover my letter.
And while Miss Carrie is doing that, I'm gonna start working on my background. Now, on my background, I've already used some of the oil pastels to color a little bit. You guys can use color. You can go straight into it with the paint. Again, it is up to you. You guys are kind of in control about how long you want this project to last, okay? There's lots of different things that you could do. I'm gonna draw a little bit more on here and then I'm gonna make my background, since Miss Carrie is making her letter red, I'm gonna do our other easel color, my favorite color. I'm gonna make our background turquoise. And so for turquoise, I'm gonna use some of the watercolor turquoise, and I wanna save some of this, so I'm just gonna actually put it right into, oh, Miss Carrie has a little cup of water.
Oh no, well it was just...
Should I use that, or should I, you know what, I'm gonna put a little.
Yeah, I would put a little bit in there, and then you wanna pour some water in there. Ooh, this is trust.
And again, see, I'm not using very much. A little bit of this stuff goes a really long way.
These little watercolors are so saturated. We use them in class all the time.
I'm just gonna
so
give
you guys
it a little
know that.
quick mix.
Ooh, that's pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit more pink to my letter because it's a little kind of pinky. Because the plaster's white.
Even gonna mix in just a little bit of white into my turquoise. So why not?
So you're mixing a watercolor and a tempera.
It makes it a little bit thicker, but you guys can kind of see this cool light turquoise color.
See, my E is all painted. I didn't do the back because we're gonna glue that down.
So I'm just finishing.
You're doing a great job.
Painting. Thank you, Miss Carrie. And this is a big project, so we're using our big brushes. If you want to use the little brush, go for it. Okay. So once this is all painted, again, you guys can still do everything while it's still wet. You're gonna grab out your little glue, and we're gonna go ahead and glue our letter onto our background while it's still wet. If you want to let these dry in between, no worries. I'm going to be pretty generous with my glue. Give it a good squeeze all around. And then we are ready to glue on. Give it a teeny tiny press. You situate it. And then you have your letter. That'll be, there you go. Okay.
Looks good.
So the first project, all finished. We have our letter. Put this in a nice dry place.
You could put it in the sun if you want it to dry a little faster, but let it dry for at least a whole day, just to make sure your letter's on there.
Yeah, you want to make sure everything is dry on here, and you guys are all set with your letter.
We hope you enjoyed the activity, and again, you can take as long as you want to do it. In class, we always take our time when we plaster because it's a fun activity to do. So just take your time, plaster your letter, paint it, maybe talk about a color you want to mix up to paint it, and then do your background and glue it all together. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.
And I'm sure you guys did a great job.
Yeah. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.